So here's some exercises that, if you're a man over 50, you absolutely should be doing to improve your health, improve your longevity, and of course, improve your appearance. Obviously, I'm not over 50, not even close. But in my studios and in my coaching program, I have coached and supervised workouts personally with tons of men over 50. And here's what I've noticed. Now, you may be a man over 50, and you may believe, for one reason or another, that all hope is lost when it comes to building muscle and improving your physique. But I'm here to tell you, not only is all hope not lost, you can see insane improvements in your 50s. These days, 50 years old is not old, okay? People are living much longer. People appear to be aging much more slowly. And from what I've noticed coaching individuals in their 50s, I've had people in their 50s gain 5 to 10 pounds of muscle in just 4 weeks, training just twice a week. I've coached people in person in their 50s, literally transform their physique. So if you're in your 50s, not only is all hope not lost, you're in a great position to get really good results from training, considering you do it correctly, okay? So, you're a guy in your 50s, I'm going to give you a really good place to start at the end of this video. So make sure to stay to the end, and I'll give you a cool little trick and a cool secret that you can use if you're a guy in your 50s and you want to get results quickly. But first of all, if you are a man in your 50s, you've got a little bit of fat to lose, you might have lost a little bit of muscle, where do you begin? Obviously, begin with strength training, okay? Don't worry about the cardio, don't worry about going on some crazy diet, just start strength training, okay? Because a lot of the reason your physique takes a turn in the wrong direction when you age is due to age-related muscle loss, okay? This is why your metabolism slows down. This is why your joints start to ache. This is why your physical capacity becomes reduced. You become slower, you become lethargic. You're not as athletic or explosive as you were in your 20s and 30s. It all comes down to muscle loss, all right? The good news is you can get a lot of that back in your 50s. The bad news is if you don't do something about it now, you're going to see everything get significantly worse in the next 10 years, okay? Strength training. What exercises should you be doing? Don't overcomplicate it, okay? Don't get on some complicated program that is unsustainable, that you're just going to end up quitting because it's just too time-consuming, too thought-consuming, mentally draining. Some of these programs I see out here, oh God, they're just so overcomplicated. If you're a guy in your 50s, keep it simple, all right? This is what I would recommend you do. Start off with like the big 5. Here's the thing. These recommendations that I'm going to give right now are not going to be optimal for your physique, but they are going to be really effective if you're a guy over your 50s to get things moving. You'll see great results from just this, the thing I'm about to explain in a minute. But I'm not saying this is the best approach or an optimal approach if you're a man over your 50s getting back into exercise again. So here's what I would do. I would start with what's referred to by Dr. Doug McGuff as the Big 5. That's where I would start. Is it where I would end? No. I would make adjustments to that and make it more effective over time. But if you're a guy over your 50s and you're looking to improve all these things, you haven't trained in a while, start with the Big 5. What is the Big 5? Simple. A chest press exercise, whether that's on a machine, whether that's a push-up, whether that's a bench press, a dumbbell press, it doesn't matter. Use what you got available, some kind of chest pressing movement, okay? Anterior horizontal plane, anterior musculature, horizontal pushing movement. Don't even care how you do it, okay? At the end, I'm going to get into some more details on how you should do this. Chest press exercise. Second of the big 5, horizontal pulling movement. Work the posterior muscles, not the posterior chain. That's a stupid word. I hate it. It's cringy. Posterior muscles. Your lats, your trapezius, rear delts, rhomboids, biceps, horizontal pull. Then you're going to want to do something for shoulders, a vertical pushing movement or a lateral raise. Then you're going to want to do something in the horizontal plane, pulling. Pull down, chin up, pull up, lat pull over, not with dumbbells, with a pullover machine. And then the last movement of the big 5 is a simple leg press or a squat or even a deadlift. So if you're a guy in your 50s, you're looking to get back in shape, start with just those 5. Chest press, pull down, overhead press, horizontal row, leg press. Now, sure, you could do extra movements for the biceps, the triceps, the medial delts, the abdominals, the hamstrings, the quads, the calves, blah, blah, blah. But this is just a good starting point for somebody who's looking to get back in shape, guys in their 50s, even your 60s. All right. Now, of course, make it your own. Add things to it if there's other muscle groups you want to work on, but this is an excellent starting point. How often should you do it? 2 to 3 times per week. That's what I would recommend. Okay? Start 2 to 3 times. If you feel you're getting drained, you're lethargic, you're getting a little worn out, doing 3 times a week, cut it back to 2. That's how you adjust frequency. There's no frequency you must do. You want the minimal frequency for the desired result. Why am I recommending 3 times a week when my program recommends 2 times a week? Again, my program is goldenerrasystem.com. Go to goldenerrasystem.com if you want a program to show you exactly how to do what I'm explaining to you. It's a great system. But my program generally recommends twice a week. Why? Well, because it explains how to do it. All right, I'm giving real general recommendations here, and without knowing if somebody's training with the correct intensity or the correct load, volume, etc. 5 exercises 3 times a week is probably a good place to start. But again, if you start to feel drained, cut it back a little bit. All right. Remember, my channel is mostly focused on the principles of high intensity training. Most people believe this means 1 set once per week. No, that's not what high intensity training is. That is a different iteration or a different recommendation of high intensity training, but that's not my recommendation. Okay. So big 5, 3 times a week. What about weight? What about sets? What about reps? I recommend, if you're a beginner, 2 sets, 2 muscle failure for each exercise. Now, the high intensity training community and the viewers who watch us might be like, oh, blasphemy, 2 sets. You're only supposed to do 1 set. No. You're not only supposed to do 1 set. Ideally, you would like to make your exercises and your workout so efficient that all you require is 1 set. But if you're an individual just getting started on training, more sets could be useful to you because you're probably not able to train as hard as you will be able to with more practice. Okay? That's why I recommend 2 sets to muscle failure. What's muscle failure mean? Simply put, the point in an exercise where you can no longer perform the lifting phase of the range of motion, that's muscle failure. Simply when you get stuck. All right, this is very general for a beginner. Okay, so I'm keeping this very general. Obviously, there's a lot of detail and a lot of nuance to muscle failure, to proper frequency, proper volume, rep cadence, things like that. But if you're new, you're a beginner, and you want something to get started with, the 5 exercises mentioned earlier, 2 sets apiece to muscle failure, 2 to 3 times per week. Great place to start, okay? Now, this may not be the optimal workout for you, and it certainly will not be the optimal workout forever, but it's a good place to start if you're a guy in your 50s and you want to turn things around and get back in shape again. Cardio. A lot of older individuals, middle-aged individuals, I'm not even going to call you older, I'll say middle-aged, believe you got to be on the treadmill, you got to be on the bike, you got to do this, you got to do that. Well, the truth is, no, you do not. If you're looking for body recomposition, you don't need to do cardio for fat loss. You need to create a negative energy balance, which can be done through calorie deficit. If you enjoy doing cardio, if you enjoy walking, running, whatever, go do it. Do you need to? No. Do you need to do cardio for heart health? No. That's old, outdated nonsense that people believe from the book called Aerobics by Dr. Ken Cooper from the 60s. We've learned a lot about cardiovascular health and how to improve it in the last 70 or 60 years. You do not need to do cardio for heart health, okay? Strength training, if done correctly with high intensity, improves your heart health as well as cardio activity. So this just saves you a lot of time. All right. Diet-wise, guy in your 50s trying to turn things around a little bit. Here's another simple recommendation. Keep in mind, all these recommendations I'm making are very general, very basic, very simple, just to get you started, okay? Just to get you started. Diet recommendations, the simplest way I can make it, and I know there's a lot of diet stuff in the fitness industry now, confusing the hell out of people. You know, you got to eat this at this time, that at that time. Avoid red meat, eat only meat. Avoid vegetables, eat only vegetables. No. Just cook your own food at home. Make your own meals from scratch, and you're going to be eating foods that are more nutrient dense, lower in calories, and higher in protein generally. Just don't eat out. Now, if you do those simple things, that simple workout, 3 times a week, training just a couple sets to failure, basic movements, and adhere to that simple diet recommendation, you will be astonished by the results you get and how quickly you get them. Now, if you'd like to optimize your results, join my coaching program and we'll dive even deeper and get everything dialed in to the point where your results are even better and faster. The link is in the description for that. Just book a call with me. If you want to speed things up, you want to see nasty results really quick, that's what my coaching is for. But again, just starting out, try that. Try those recommendations. Give it a try. Stick to it for a decent period of time. 6 to 8 weeks at least. Don't expect magic to happen in 2 weeks. It takes your body time to produce its adaptation. And you'll see results. I think a lot of the thing that scares people away is the complication and the commitment and the time commitment and the confusion. It can be extremely simple. So try that. Dig through some of my other videos on this channel. Hit the like, subscribe, bell notification icon. Dive deep into the content on my channel if you want to get into more detail, more refined version of these recommendations. But if you are a man in your 50s and you try those recommendations that I just outlined and you stick to them for a decent period of time, you will see amazing results. All right? And pay attention when I drop new videos. You will learn even more. Good luck, and I'll see you next time.